Good morning, viewers. Welcome to ST Money's Morning News, your weekday business news channel. It's Friday morning, September 13, 2024, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Let's roll. Wall Street's main indexes closed higher on Thursday as investors mulled new inflation data and jobless claims. In the second inflation reading of the week, the producer price index, which measures the prices businesses receive for their goods and services, rose 0.2% from July to August, in line with expectations. The reading follows Wednesday's consumer price index, which showed a surprise increase in the monthly core inflation figure, with prices inching up 0.3% in August. However, headline inflation slowed to a year-on-year basis to 2.5%. The monthly increase dashed hopes of a large initial rate cut from the Federal Reserve and led to a brief stock market sell-off before indexes paired losses and pushed the major indexes towards sessions highs by the closing bell. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 235 points, or 0.58% to 41,096. The S&P 500 gained 41.63 points, or 0.75% to 5,595. And the Nasdaq Composite gained 174 points, or 1% to 17,569. The more economically sensitive small caps Russell's 2000 gained 1.2% to outperform the S&P 500. Meanwhile, weekly jobless claims were in line with expectations, up 230,000 from a revised 228,000 in the previous week, according to the Labor Department data. That slight increase follows 2 weeks of declines and comes as the Fed appears laser focused on the labor market ahead of its meetings next week, where it's largely expected to cut rates by 25 basis points. The Fed will meet next Tuesday and Wednesday and will deliver its decision on interest rates at the end of its two-day meeting. In Frankfurt, meanwhile, the European Central Bank on Thursday cut benchmark rates by 0.25 percentage point for the second time in 3 months, in line with the market expectations. Overseas stock indexes mostly rose. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 jumped 3.4%, snapping a 7-day losing streak. All of the S&P 500's 11 industry sector ended higher, led by the communication services, which added 2%. The sector's biggest percentage gainer was Warner Brothers Discovery, which advanced 10.4% after it announced with Charter Communications that the cable company would provide consumers an ad-supported version of Warner's streaming services, Max and Discovery Plus. Charter shares rose 3.6%. In more bullish news, Kroger shares rallied 7.2% after the supermarket chain beat second quarter estimates and raised the lower end of its annual sales forecast. Shares of gold miners jumped as spot gold hit a record high, with the Arca Gold BUGS index rising 5.8%. Meanwhile, Moderna shares tumbled. It finished down 12.4% after hitting its lowest level since November. The vaccine maker's cost-cutting plans failed to reassure investors. This made it the S&P 500's biggest percentage loser. The 10-year Treasury yield rose to 3.679% after rising Wednesday too. Oil prices rose as traders eyed Hurricane Francine, which made landfall in Louisiana as a Category 2 hurricane late Wednesday. Brent futures gained 1.9% to $71.97 a barrel. Gold is at an all-time high at $2,558 per ounce. That's it for today, folks. See you Monday morning. Have a great weekend. In the meantime, let us know in the comment section what are your thoughts for the market today. Happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it is all about money.